Well, as always, LeBron very complimentary for Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, a team that he's had a lot of respect of throughout the years. Now, the Spurs ranked first in defensive efficiency on the season. Meanwhile, the Cavs, since the All-Star break, are only better than the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's talk to Greg Anthony, who will call the action tonight on TNT alongside Rip Hamilton, Kevin McHale, and Dennis Scott. Players only. Thanks for allowing me here in part of your space.
Well, Jared, you're a player. Don't ever forget that.
Well, I appreciate that. GA, here we heard Kevin Love talking a lot about creating habits down the stretch for a team that has struggled. But it's interesting that Tyronn Lue, after Saturday's loss against Washington, the team 7th in their last 12 games, talked about not showing their cards. Here's the quote from Tyronn Lue saying, "We got to hold back. We can't show our hand because these are good teams and we don't want them to be able to just adjust to what we do. So we just got to play our normal defense until we get there, and then we'll see what happens." I'm not confident, but we have to now. What do you do here if you're Ty Lue? You don't want to show your cards, but you also don't know what you have because of all of the lineup changes with injury.
Yeah, and in all fairness too, Jared, some of that's coach talk. Because if you don't think Tyronn Lue is confident about the Cavs winning the Eastern Conference, then we'd be kidding ourselves. Now, do they have some issues? Listen, they don't have synergy because of the injury, because of the new personnel that they brought into this group. But while they are second to the last over that period of time in terms of defensive efficiency, they're also number one in offense.
Okay.
And so by that I mean they don't have to improve. They don't have to become a top 5 defense, but they've got to become closer to a top 10. And if you go back to the last 2 years in the finals, they were the best defensive team in the playoffs. And so their hopes is that they can get back to that once the postseason gets close, and they're hoping they can start that process now.
With this evolution right before our eyes of offense with the three-point ball, and certainly the Cavs are on the verge of setting another franchise record with that. Do you think that some of the players are starting to believe that maybe offense wins championships and not defense?
No, I don't know that they believe it. I think they are very confident in their offensive abilities. I think they realize that they just got to improve. They don't have to become the best defensive team because, relatively speaking, with their offense, they should be okay, and I think that's the mindset. Because, listen, at the end of the day, this is still an explosive offensive team, and when you get in the postseason, we know a couple things. They're going to be on the same schedule as their opponent. They're going to play them potentially 7 times, and they have the personnel where they can make adjustments and change up things schematically, defensively, and they're still going to create as much havoc offensively vis-a-vis, say, Houston and Golden State as anybody else in the league. So I think that's where they draw some of their confidence. And remember, this team's gone to 2 straight finals. Psychologically, the regular season it can wear on you over that course of time when you've got an older roster like they do as they try to prime themselves for the postseason.
Well, from a psychological standpoint, maybe then is it getting a loss? Not that you want to lose, and this is a tall task to win in this building tonight. But if you do come out of here and you look at the standings tomorrow morning and see that the Cavs are in 2nd place, is that what Tyronn Lue maybe needs to motivate these guys to say, hey, look, we're slipping?
Yeah, I don't know that would do it, but I do think he wants to see progress. Not that you want to lose games, but more importantly, you want to see your trend going towards who you want to become postseason. So if you come in here and lose a tough game to a great San Antonio team, but you're closer to how you want to start playing, I think he'd feel better about that because there's still a lot of time for this group to get things together. I mean, that's just the reality. And remember, again, J.R. Smith basically hadn't played this season. Right. Remember, he was out for training camp as well. And so, obviously Kevin Love missing that month. Those are 2 key important pieces to who they want to be, and it's still a long way to go here before we get to the postseason.
No Kyle Korver tonight, and for the time being with a foot injury, Iman Shumpert out tonight.